Warren Buffett walks into a McDonald's wearing a $30 shirt. Mark Zuckerberg runs a $1 trillion empire in gray cotton tees. Meanwhile, your neighbor with the BMW lease payment is drowning in credit card debt to look wealthy. This disconnect reveals the brutal truth about real power. The people who actually possess it never need to announce it, while the middle class desperately chases logos, labels, and loud displays of fake success. The truly wealthy operate by an entirely different code. They understand something most people will never grasp. True luxury is not what you wear. It is how you move through the world. Today, I am breaking down the 12 silent codes of luxury that instantly separate the genuinely wealthy from everyone else. These are not fashion tips or style tricks. These are behavioral patterns so deeply embedded in the wealthy class that they become unconscious signals of power and status. You see, quiet luxury is not about being plain. It's about being discreetly extravagant. The shift toward this sophisticated minimalism reflects a broader cultural movement that prioritizes thoughtful, mindful consumption. But what most people miss are the behavioral codes that accompany this aesthetic. The moment you master these 12 signals, people will treat you differently, with more respect, more attention, more opportunities. Because these behaviors communicate something that money cannot buy: authentic confidence. Code 1, the power of stillness. First code, controlled movement in chaos. The truly rich and successful often display a calm demeanor, even in the face of chaos. They seem to navigate through life's challenges with an ease that is both admirable and inspiring. This calmness is often reflected in their body language: steady eye contact, slow and deliberate movements, relaxed posture. When your flight gets cancelled, when your meeting runs late, when technology fails, your reaction reveals everything. The middle class erupts. They tap their phones frantically, pace nervously, complain loudly to anyone who will listen. The wealthy remain still. They understand that panic is expensive and composure is currency. Research from UC Berkeley shows that people from upper socioeconomic backgrounds display more disengagement behaviors during social interactions, reflecting their lack of dependence on others. They do not need external validation because their security comes from within. Practice this tomorrow. When something goes wrong, pause for 3 seconds before responding. Move deliberately. Speak slowly. Watch how people suddenly see you as someone in control, but stillness is just the beginning. The next code will shock you about how the wealthy view time itself. Code 2, time sovereignty. Second code, they never rush, even when they should. Ultra-rich folks outsource anything that burns minutes rather than adds meaning. Dog walking, grocery runs, inbox triage, even drafting replies for social engagements. The logic is simple. Money lost can be remade. An hour is gone forever. This creates a fascinating paradox. While the middle class runs through airports, checks phones compulsively, and schedules every minute, the wealthy move like they own time itself. They arrive when they arrive. They leave when they choose. They understand that urgency is a luxury they cannot afford. A 2024 Empower survey found Americans price their time at an average of $240 an hour. And for higher earners, that perceived value skyrockets. 1 in 4. Millennials say an hour of their day is worth $500. Wealthy people behave as if that number is conservative. This is not about being late or disrespectful. It is about moving through the world like you control your schedule instead of being controlled by it. When you rush, you signal desperation. When you move with purpose but without panic, you signal power. The third code reveals why the wealthy never compete for attention. Code 3, strategic invisibility. Third code, they become visible by becoming invisible. While everyone else fights for the spotlight, the wealthy master the art of strategic withdrawal. The truly wealthy and successful often exhibit a certain level of detachment from their phones. They are not constantly checking their notifications or scrolling through social media. Instead, they are fully present in the moment. This creates magnetic authority. In the world where everyone is desperate to be seen, the person who does not need attention becomes the most interesting person in the room. They listen more than they speak. They observe before they act. They let others reveal themselves while remaining mysterious. Privacy and being detached from the internet is becoming a status symbol. As more people are trapped in a chronic feedback loop, scrolling their days away, it is a flex to unplug. When someone still knows all the cool restaurants and stylish brands but did not find them online, they show their genuine proximity to wealth. Practice strategic invisibility. At your next social gathering, resist the urge to dominate conversations. Instead, become the person everyone wants to talk to by being the person who truly listens. But the fourth code is where most people completely fail. Code 4. Material indifference. Fourth code. They treat expensive things like they are worthless. Quiet luxury is about finding balance. It is about investing in timeless, versatile pieces that elevate your everyday wardrobe without drawing attention to themselves. Think crisp white shirts, well-tailored suits, sleek leather accessories, and neutral palettes that go with everything. The wealthy understand that the moment you baby an expensive item, you reveal that you are not used to having expensive items. They wear $1,000 shirts to walk their dogs. They drive luxury cars like transportation tools, not trophies. They treat fine wine like water because abundance is their natural state. Logos, loud monograms, and splashy colors are for aspirants. Quiet luxury, superfine cashmere, perfect drape, zero branding, is the insider's uniform. Think Brunello Cucinelli knitwear or Loro Piana loafers that look plain until you touch them. This casual relationship with expensive things communicates something profound. These items are not special to them because they can replace them without thinking. Material indifference signals abundance. The fifth code reveals how the wealthy use their bodies as weapons. Code 5. Postural authority. Fifth code, they occupy space like they own it. Successful individuals often stand tall, with shoulders pulled back and heads held high. This open posture exudes confidence and self-assuredness. Standing in an upright position can actually make you feel more confident and powerful. But this goes beyond basic posture advice. The wealthy move through space with ownership energy. They do not apologize for taking up room. They do not shrink themselves to make others comfortable. They sit fully in chairs. They walk with measured steps. They use gestures that claim territory. Many successful people tend to exhibit open body language. They keep their arms uncrossed, maintain good eye contact, and face the person they are interacting with directly. Most people compress themselves, trying to become smaller and less noticeable. The wealthy expand, not aggressively but naturally, like they belong everywhere they are because they do. Practice owning your space. Sit fully in chairs. Walk with your shoulders back. Take up the room you are entitled to. Space is power, and power takes space. The sixth code will change how you view conversations forever. Code 6. Conversational control. Sixth code. They control conversations by controlling silence. We often associate success with being a good speaker, but what the truly rich and successful are also excellent listeners. When you listen more, you gather information. You make others feel valued. And when you finally share your words, they carry weight. The middle class fills every silence with noise, afraid that quiet moments signal social failure. The wealthy weaponize silence. They pause before answering, creating anticipation. They let uncomfortable silences hang, forcing others to fill the void and reveal more than they intended. This is not manipulation. It is strategic communication. When everyone else is fighting to talk, the person who controls the rhythm of conversation controls the outcome. Practice the power pause. Count to 3 before answering questions. Let others finish their thoughts completely before responding. Use silence as punctuation in your speech. Watch how people lean in when you finally speak. But the seventh code reveals something most people never notice about the wealthy. Code 7. Sensory sophistication. Seventh code. They have expensive senses. The wealthy live in a different sensory world. They can taste the difference between good wine and great wine. They feel the quality of fabric with their fingertips. They notice details that ordinary people miss completely. The emphasis is placed on the cut, feel, and composition of garments rather than ostentatious logos. Premium fabrics like cashmere, merino wool, silk, and organic cotton take center stage, offering both comfort and longevity. This sensory sophistication extends beyond material goods. They notice the quality of service, the craftsmanship in furniture, the technique in cooking. Their refined senses allow them to distinguish between authentic quality and clever marketing. Develop your palate. Learn to recognize quality in small things. Taste expensive wine, feel expensive fabric, experience excellent service. Train your senses to detect difference. This sensory education becomes automatic recognition of value. The eighth code explains why the wealthy never seem stressed about money. Code 8, Financial Detachment, eighth code. They discuss money like weather. While the middle class treats money conversations like taboo subjects, whispered about in private or bragged about in public, the wealthy discuss financial matters with the same casual tone they use to discuss weather patterns. They do not get emotional about gains or losses. They do not celebrate windfalls or panic during downturns. Money is simply a tool they use to accomplish goals, not an identity marker or emotional trigger. It is not about having the money to afford an item. It is about having the means to ditch hustle culture and getting ahead. Novel clothing items that reflect the buyer's self-expression or values of sustainability will be the new it items. This emotional detachment from money communicates something powerful. They have enough that fluctuations do not threaten their core security. Financial detachment signals abundance. Practice discussing money without emotion. Talk about investments, expenses, and financial goals with the same tone you use to discuss your commute. Remove the emotional charge, and you remove the desperation. The ninth code reveals how the wealthy handle conflict. Code 9. Elegant resistance. Ninth code. They disagree without fighting. Successful individuals often use mirroring as a technique to establish rapport and show empathy. It signals to the other person that they are being understood and valued, but it should be subtle and natural. When faced with disagreement or conflict, the middle class either explodes in anger or retreats in submission. The wealthy do neither. They maintain their position without raising their voice, defend their boundaries without becoming defensive, and disagree without becoming disagreeable. This elegant resistance communicates unshakable confidence. They do not need to convince anyone because their conviction comes from within. They do not need to win every argument because they are secure in their position. Practice saying no with warmth, disagreeing with respect, and holding boundaries without explanation. Elegant resistance is magnetic because it suggests inner strength. But the 10th code might be the most important of all. Code 10. Strategic generosity. 10th code. They give before they take. Rich people treat everyone with respect. Waiters, drivers, strangers, because respect signals class. True wealth is polite but never submissive. The wealthy understand that generosity is an investment, not an expense. They tip well, they pay quickly, they give without expectation of return. This strategic generosity creates a network of goodwill that pays dividends for decades, but their generosity is never performative. They do not announce their donations or broadcast their good deeds. They give quietly, consistently, and without fanfare. Practice strategic generosity. Tip well, pay bills quickly, help without being asked, give without expecting recognition. Generosity signals abundance, and abundance attracts more abundance. The 11th code reveals how the wealthy view their own success. Code 11. Achievement indifference. 11th code. They treat success like it was inevitable. Over time, your face comes to permanently reflect and reveal your experiences. Even when we think we're not expressing something, relics of those emotions are still there. The wealthy do not celebrate victories like they are miracles or treat setbacks like they are tragedies. They maintain emotional equilibrium because they view both success and failure as temporary conditions, not permanent identities. This achievement indifference is perhaps the most attractive quality of genuine wealth. They do not brag about wins because winning is their normal state. They do not panic about losses because they know how to create more wins. Successful people are not flummoxed by failure. They know that mistakes are inevitable and should be treated as stepping stones to success rather than signs of weakness or reasons to stop trying. Practice treating your successes like they were inevitable and your failures like they are temporary. This emotional stability signals long-term thinking and unshakable confidence. Now, the final code ties everything together. Code 12, effortless authenticity. 12th code, they never try to look wealthy. Authenticity is a trait that cannot be faked or mimicked. It comes from a place of self-assuredness and genuine confidence, making it the most powerful body language sign of wealth and success. This is the ultimate paradox of true luxury. The moment you try to look wealthy, you reveal that you are not. The wealthy dress well because they expect quality from everything in their life, not because they want to signal status to others. Status representation is no longer limited to conventional avenues, like purchasing a new Balenciaga bag or acquiring the latest pair of Louboutins. Emerging trends include signaling ethics through sustainable fashion or expressing gender identity. Their authenticity is magnetic because it is rare. In the world of performed wealth and fake luxury, genuine confidence becomes the ultimate status symbol. These 12 codes work together to create an aura of quiet authority that money cannot buy. Money talks, but extreme money often just nods and smiles. The clearest indicators of wealth are the things you almost overlook: an empty calendar, a label-less blazer, a dinner bill paid before you even notice the waiter hovering. Master these behaviors, and people will treat you like you belong in the highest circles of society, regardless of your bank balance. Because true luxury is not about what you own. It is about who you are. If you want to transform your elegance into power and success, subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. Leave a like if you are ready to join the ranks of truly elegant and powerful men. Comment quiet power rules. If this video opened your eyes to real luxury, consider becoming a patron of this channel through our membership club starting at just $4.99. Click the Become a Member button to support the Man of Elegance mission and access exclusive content that will accelerate your transformation into a man of true distinction. Remember, fashion is not luxury, it is power. And now you know how to wield it.